Hello, welcome to the Kool Garage, another episode. Today, if you haven't guessed it, we're going to be replacing the driver's door mirror on a 2012 MKZ. It's a hybrid, but that should be irrelevant. Obviously, it was taken off. These are not, when they talk about fold away, break away mirrors, this one doesn't do that. It just breaks away. So let's get into this and show you the steps involved. Okay, now the mirror lies behind here. I looked at this. We'll have to see how this goes, if it works as easy as I thought. Most videos or things you look at have you disassemble the entire door panel. However, it seems to me you can just loosen this part up. Let me zoom out a little bit. Loosen this up and this part snaps off. Once you snap it off, you're going to see there's going to be 3 bolts in here. The other thing to notice, and what makes it good, is if you look back in here, you see the connector. Okay, this connector unplugs. There's a connector inside. So the mirror actually ripped off, left these cables, left this intact. So it's just a matter of unplugging this. When we get the new mirror, it'll plug directly into that cable. It'll go into the studs will go in those 3 spots, and we'll get that going. So far to use it, from what I can tell, is we need perhaps a screwdriver. I also have a plastic trim tool set, because we need to pry this back. There's a snap here, and there's 2 snaps that hold this in place. And there's 3 studs. They're going to be 10 or 11 millimeters. So I'm going to go fetch a socket set. We'll be right back. Okay, here we go. Some of the things you may want to get is I got an Eastwood door panel trim tool, nylon, any nylon pry bar. May want a screwdriver and a socket. Now, from what I've seen, this is a snap here. We need to get behind here. Let me try it with one of these just first. And just get the door pried a bit. That may be good enough. And then this guy here, is also a snap fit. Okay, and if we can get it enough out, I'm gonna stand up. Okay, I'm going to reach in with my hugely fat fingers. I think this is where my son could come in with his skinny little fingers. There, okay. This piece is out. There's a window control knob here for both sides. This connector plugs into it. All you gotta do is, there's a little tab here. Just push that tab in, pull it out. Now we have access to this. You can see the 3, well, maybe you can't see all of them because one's hidden, but the 3 nuts holding the door. This one here needs to come unplugged. Again, it also has a push tab, which, yep. The downside is, the opening is narrow and the edges hurt your fingers, but just push in the center here. You just push this in and push it in. That's all freed up. Now we just need the correct socket. Let's try this one here. Okay, the socket is 11 millimeter. Okay, that's loose. This one here, I may need to get a wrench, 11 millimeter wrench for those. Let's see. Oh, let's see. And make sure your ratchet does not flip to tighten. It is tight. Okay, a couple spins. That one's loose. Now if I can get this one. Okay. A wrench would make this a little easier, but they're all loosened. Now my main concern now is not losing the little nuts. Okay. They look like this. Put it down here. Get this one. Get an extra finger in there. Man, all the way off. There we go. That one, and now the last one. And okay, that's a little tight in there. Let's see. I'm going to use my little pry tool on this outside. Okay. Oh, I think there's a, let's see. Yep. Okay. There's a clip right here. You just have to pull that off carefully. This is what the old piece looked like. This is what the old mirror looked like. You can see how it broke off. On there, it's, in theory, if the lens and stuff wasn't damaged, you could almost, since most of the connectors are on here, plug this back in, and it might even work. Now, let me score where the new mirror. Where's the new mirror?
Behind the car.
Ah, okay. Okay. Okay, here is the new mirror. Came with gasket, and I see that one clip is missing. So let me be right back. Oh. I better chase the garbage now. The nice thing is we got the mirrors from eBay, and it wasn't that expensive, maybe $125, and the person was nice enough to send a Snickers. Okay. So let us check here. Things we could do, we can do is, that one's a little more yellow than this one. We can swap those out, but we could do that at a later date. Right now, I want to see about removing this little clip here. Just peel back. Okay. I think a little screwdriver here. Hopefully I can just get it to come off. That just popped right off. Just be careful with it because it's older, it's rusty, and that's going to go onto here, which means I need to pull this back. Try to get in the sun here. Okay, it's going on crooked, but probably should have brought a long nose plier with me. Okay, that is fully seated. Slip that little rubber piece back on. Now, reinsert that. I'm not going to plug that in. Let me move this old mirror out of the way. Okay, put this back on here. Now this is where we start losing stuff because we fat finger everything, and when you have smaller, thinner fingers would be much nicer for this. And these don't have to be like really tight, just snug them up. And just an FYI, from what I've seen, that chrome outer ring on the mirror is kind of like another part. These happen to, obviously, are used. Okay, that's plenty tight, and came with it. So pull back on the door. I'm gonna have to. Come on, did I get that? Nope, I went that way. Okay. I tell you what, that little switch on here, because everything's so snug, is getting to be a little bit of a pain. So I'll just pull it off. I can't really ratchet it that good here. Switch it back on. There we go. Okay, that's on. One more to go, and then we can start buttoning things up. So you're watching this all in real time. I'm not the actual replacement. That is on. That plugs in. Now for this little devil, we've got to plug back in here. So, if I recall, I'm going to move this over. Slip this in a little bit. That's in. All right, let's try to get this little guy in his happy spot. So you go in. You got to go in there. There's a pin and the little tabs. Push that in, and this guy is in. Well, and it's working. I did quick test it, but we can bring the camera around here and show you that it works. And that was it. It was fairly simple. I mean, at least much simpler than disassembling the entire door panel off the car to change the part out. All right, I'll get you a quick shot of it working. And that'll be pretty much it for the video. So any questions, please leave them down in the comment. We did find it. My son found it, actually. It's his car. He found it on eBay. And it was maybe $125 or so. And I guess,
$29 after tax.
Okay, about 130 bucks. And then they had several out there. Obviously look at the seller, look at their ratings, and you have to make a value judgment there. Brand new, you're probably looking about $400 or $500. All right, sorry for the delay. The camera battery died. I was hoping to do it at once, but you'll have to just take my word for it. The mirror, turn it over to this side. I don't know if you can see that. It's working. The light underneath worked. We tried out with the turn signals. We'll have to drive it to see if the blind spot monitoring works, and hopefully the heated mirror portion works. But in general, I think the installation took maybe 15 to 20 minutes tops. I think we spent way more time setting up cameras because my son wanted to get out the good camera because I was doing it with my iPhone from the start. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments below, and please give us a thumbs like and subscribe. That really helps the channel. I don't do tons of videos, so you're not going to get spammed by watching all this content. Till next time, you guys have a great day. Thank you.